Hello, my beautiful children of planet Earth. Pay attention today because we are going to talk about demons. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub, whoever you would like to talk about, my dear. We are going to locate and destroy every demon that exists. Just you and I. So let's go. So first of all, what are demons? Everyone has read the story where I cast 7 demons out of the love of my life, Mary Magdalene. So, what did I do? Did I go into there and was there a scene like The Exorcist happening? Or did I simply put hands on her? What do you think, my dear? Because the Bible is not very specific as to exactly what I did. The verses simply tell us that I was going around preaching to everyone with my 12 disciples, of course, by my side, representing the divine perfection achieved within every human, by the way, amongst other things, including the 12 cranial nerves of the brain, which will be important later. But what am I telling them about? Am I telling them about how important it is to follow rules or how important it is to follow tradition? No, my child, I'm preaching to them of the kingdom of God. For this, we must mark our spot here, and we need to flip over to Luke 17:21. Make sure you remember this, my child, for this is one of the main messages in the Bible that I want you to remember always. Keep it with you and never forget it. Neither shall they say, Lo here, or Lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. You cannot find God in a church. You cannot find me in a church, my dear. You cannot find God in a religion. You cannot find me in a religion. The kingdom of God, aka heaven, is in you. It dwelleth within you. So I was going around telling this to everyone. So if someone says I was preaching about how it's wrong to be gay or how I'm preaching about only a certain type of person deserves to be saved because they believe a certain thing or whatever they tell you nowadays, it's all false, my dear. I was telling all of these people that the kingdom of God was within them and how they could access this, my dear. So, what happens next? Well, now the demons are cast out of Mary Magdalene, and there were 7 of these demons. Please remember the number 7 is extremely important. Watch our video on Revelations so that you can understand that the book of Revelation is a book of unveiling via activating the 7 seals / 7 chakras to receive divine intervention from God, my dear. Enter that closet and pray in secret, and you will be rewarded openly. And the book of Revelation breaks down exactly how and mentions those chakras, naming each of them as the 7 churches, 7 seals, 7 candlesticks, 7 angels. And the lower side of that would be 7 demons. But the reason that the demons are able to be cast out of Mary is because of the number 7, because I taught her of the kingdom within. If I was going to tell everyone else about it, why wouldn't I tell it to the love of my life, my dear? So, Mary has these 7 demons cast out of her by the power of the number 7. That doesn't mean that you say something 7 times or you have 7 drops of holy water or 7 priests or anything related to an exorcism like that, my dear. This is about a true exorcism of true demons out of someone. And you do that by activating the 7 chakras. So how do we activate the 7 chakras? This is very similar to my message in Matthew 6:22 when I speak of the single eye. The single eye is the pineal gland in the brain, also known as the third eye chakra, my dear, also known as the third eye, that dates back 10,000 years ago to Egyptian mysticism and the worship of the sun. So, now, we need to look at what this says about you. It's something you can apply to your daily life by meditating every day. When you activate the single eye, you are meditating. You cannot activate your single eye or any of your chakras. You cannot activate the number 7 without detaching from your body, just as I did on the cross. This is what this story is about, my dear. Every story in the Bible is a parable. None of them are literal. They are all messages for you, especially for you, my dear. You are the light of the world. Remember, it is given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. But those who do not understand these things I speaketh in parable. All these things I speak in parable. It says Jesus never spoke but in a parable, my dear. That's me. I don't speak normally. People rarely understand me. It's hard sometimes being me, you know. All right. So we meditate to cast the demons out. So then what are demons? Demons are not things. They are thoughts. They are not humans. They are not monsters. They are not living, breathing beings, my dear. You are the living, breathing being, and you have the kingdom of God within you, but you also have hell within you. This is anxiety, depression, addiction, stress, anything that you humans label as bad, which doesn't look that bad in the eyes of God, to be honest with you, my dear, because it's all divine expansion to us. So we see it all as great. I know that's hard to hear because it feels bad when you are suffering and experiencing it there on earth, but I promise you, when you leave and you come back home, you're going to see it for what it truly was and be very grateful for it too. That I can promise. Now, so thoughts are demons. We cast out the demons by meditating. I say 5 times in Matthew chapter 6 to take no thought. The number 5 represents Satan, my dear, but it represents that you need to surrender Satan. You need to slay Satan. 7 plus 5 is 12. So if you can think about 7 and 5 equaling the 12 of the disciples that I was with, 12 represents perfection. I'm the 13th. I'm the one that everything centers around. I represent you and your divinity and how you can also achieve the mind of Christ through divine transformation if you enter within your kingdom within you and meditate. Cast out those demons. Satan is a word that it was the god of time. That's the myth of Satan. Saturn was the god of time. Satan comes from the name Saturn, because time dredges up worry for the future or grief or regret from the past, my dear, and you are better than that. Ye too can walk on the water. Ye too, better things than me shall ye do. Look that Bible verse up. Look that up and share that with people. They won't like that, but show them that. And please show them Luke 6:46. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? So any demon, any devil, those are thoughts. Your ego, your 5 senses, that's another devil. So you can name one Lucifer, one Beelzebub, one Tom, whatever you want to name them. You can call them what you want to call them, but the only thing that you need to know is how to slay them, how to cast them out, and that is by taking no thought, entering within oneself. Matthew 6:33, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and these things shall be added unto you. You must seek for the kingdom within by meditating, activating the 7 chakras to receive the divine intervention of God. 5 represents sacrificing those ego thoughts, the stress, the 5 senses, the emotions, all of that is Satan. You kill those 5 senses, you kill those 5 senses by activating the 7. When you do that, 7 plus 5 equals 12. That's perfection, my dear, and that's what you are. You are the light of the world. Do not allow yourself to be led by those that don't understand me. Luke 11:52, I refer to the traditional church that still exists today, and many of you probably go to. Please stop. Woe unto you lawyers, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of God. Ye enter not within yourselves, and those that were entering in, ye hindered, because they don't teach you guys to meditate. They tell you guys that it's evil in some cases. If you're not meditating, I can have no part with you. Don't you want to have part with me? Who do you want to follow and believe? Me, Jesus, Yeshua, Ishus, the Christ, the anointed one, with the Christ oil, only access during meditation, or do you want to believe a church, another human with another carnal mind that is part of an institution that has lied for millennia? Follow me to the King, kingdom within. Come with me if you want to live. I love you, my dear, and Merry Christmas. Watch our related video on our Mother Mary.